How do you create business credits in only 3 days? Well, this is the dilemma that a lot of business owners have. Now, one thing is having personal credit and the other thing is having business credit. And a lot of people have the misconception that business credit works just the same what personal credit works. Now, one thing that we need to understand is first how does personal credit works comparing to what business credit works. Now, so let's learn about this.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south, I'll be spreading out.
All right, guys, yo, welcome back. Hey, my name is Carlos Estrada. I am the Credit Assassin. This is the Credit Assassin channel. Thank you for being here with us today. I'm very happy and excited to talk to you how you can create business credit in less than 3 days. And it is possible, but yeah, it's going to take a little work from you, but it's fairly easy. As long as you know the steps, as long as you have a plan, you know what to follow. But first, let's talk about what is personal credit. So personal credit is what we all have. It's from the age of 17, 18 is when you start creating credit, when you start getting loans, credit cards. And if you like me, when I was young, I kind of destroyed my own credit. I went all the way to the 500s. And it took me a while to actually get back to it. But I was able to actually learn from it later on in life, create a blueprint for myself and help many, many others. Our company have helped thousands of people to not only fix the personal credit, but now we actually got so well involved with the business credit. So to the point that I know what I was doing with my personal credit, but I was still oblivious to what business credit was. And that's the same dilemma that a lot of business owners find themselves in today. They have a business and they're bootstrapped. They start funding with family money, with savings, with their own credit, and your personal credit can take you so far. There's a cap to your personal credit, and let me give you an example of this. Today my credit is about 838. Now I have almost less than 5% utilization, but I've been getting, I get credit cards for sports. I like to learn different ways so that I could come back and tell you this will work, it doesn't work. Now, a person with an 838, 2 to 5% utilization, no increase, still cannot get any credit. And I'll give you an example of that. Just because I have gotten 35 new credit cards in the past 12 months, Chase, which is my own business bank, and I have lines of credits with them, and I have business credit cards, I cannot get a credit line increase or a new credit card because they have something called the 524 rule. So just that's a small example, and it goes across all creditors. There are algorithms, there are underwriting criteria that they have, and doesn't matter what you have, you need to have a strong file. So even though that I have a great credit, and yes, I have a lot of credit available, I cannot get more credit. So I had to definitely learn what business credit was. Now, imagine that you're not in my shoes, but you don't have any more credit available because you already spent everything. You want to scale your business. You want to go ahead and still feed your family because you got in business because you wanted to actually work for yourself, not work for anybody else. But I'm sure that you did not want it to buy a job. So this is where a lot of business owners find themselves. So I'm going to teach you real quick some of the things why you will not get business credit today. All right, so let's start. All right, some of the things why business will not get credit today is because they do not meet any certain compliance items that a bank needs you. But the thing is that we don't know. A bank does not advertise this is what you need in order to get this credit. They have an algorithm, and this is why a lot of the times when you actually try to get credit, you always go get the person across the phone or the person across the desk telling you, sir, ma'am, you did not get approved. You will get a letter 7 days, 10 days from now explaining to you why. So guess what? That person across the desk don't even know why you got disqualified. The person right there doesn't even know. They have no idea because this is an internal algorithm. And there are certain things, and if you don't have all of this, you may get disqualified for that loan, that credit line, or even that credit card. You may get lower terms, or you may not even be able to meet any other criteria. So I'm going to give you 15 points that you need to keep in mind, and I need you to go ahead and take that in consideration. And what you're going to do is read them, stop the video, write them down, and go ahead and make sure you address them. As long as you address them, the ability for you to get credit goes up almost 100%. So if you're missing one or two, if you're missing one out of this 15, it may diminish the ability of you getting credit, getting lower terms, or not get credit at all. So keep that in mind. All right, number one, your bank at the time of getting the lending or extending the lending couldn't verify your business being filed with the Secretary of State. It is up to you to make sure that your name appears, that you are properly filed. If you're an LLC and S Corp, make sure that you are properly filed with the state that you are in and the business that you are doing. Now, at the same time, many times there are businesses that are not in good standing with the Secretary of the State. If you need a license, if you need to pay fees annually, this is something that you need to keep in mind in making sure that you are in good standing annually. Because if you are not, that could be an automatic disqualification. Now, you never file for an EIN. EIN is fairly easy to file. All you need to do is go to the irs.gov, and what they'll do is you'll file your business name with the IRS, and it'll take about a week or 2 weeks to get to you. Now, do not forget that filing it for an EIN is free. Don't have anyone else charge you for it. Just make sure that you do your diligence. Go to irs.gov and make it happen. Now, couldn't verify your name or the business name with the 411 listing. Guess what? The bank wants to know that you are in business to stay. They want to make sure that if they're sending money to you, they are going to make the money back. Keep in mind that the bank is here to make money, not to lose money. So they want to make sure that you are a business that is staying around for a while or planning to stay around for a while. So they want to make sure that you at least have a business plan. Now, another thing is that I see is I know that when we start a business, even when I started my business, started from home, but you don't separate your business from your home. So that's one thing that you got to keep in mind. If you work from home, or if you actually have a business now doing it from home, obviously, make sure that you get at least a virtual address. A virtual address is essential. Make sure that, and you know what, we could show you that later on, but keep that in mind. This is something that you got to do, that you must do. Make sure that your business address is completely separate than your home address. All right, so the next one. When the bank looks for your business in the social media search, Google, Yelp, Yahoo, Bing, you name it, your name doesn't appear, or the name of your business doesn't appear like being listed. One of the main things that I tell you to do is go to Google, make sure that you get that business address, and make sure that you actually register your business with Google. Make sure that you register your business with Google so that you appear in the map anytime that anybody is looking for your business. All right, so the next one is the lender underwriting couldn't find your website. Nowadays, what is a business without a website? It is essential that you understand that you need a website for your business. So it's fairly easy. There's so many ways that you could do it. You could Google this, but make sure that you do have a presence online. Now, the next one will be you don't have a business phone number. This is essential. Your cell phone, your home number should not be your business number. Keep in mind, you need to separate this. And even though if you're doing it from home, there are many VoIP phone system out there, VoIP, that will allow you to actually create a phone, even an 800 number. That's how we started. That's how our business started. We created, we were able to actually get that 800 number working from home until we started growing. And guess what? It's something that the banks were looking for because they want to make sure that you are separated. They want to make sure that when a client looks for you, doesn't find Susie's home in 123 Main Street Company. So keep that in mind. That is an essential part of the underwriting for every bank. So the next one is making sure that you have a professional email address. Not a Yahoo, not a Google, not an Outlook. Is your name is 123maincompany.com. It should be Susie at 123maincompany.com or support or whatever you want to call it, but make sure that it is this is an important item or compliance item that the bank will need. So this is something that you have to keep in mind, making sure that you appear successful and professional. That's something that the bank wants to know. They want to know that, hey, you just didn't start this in your garage and you're planning to take some money, just run away. Because it has happened in the past, they put a lot of these policies in place because unfortunately they're unscrupulous entrepreneurs, businessmen that got money, ran with the money and did never pay. So make sure that you have an email address because it is essential. Now, something else that you need to keep in mind, your business name needs to verify with the federal, state, and local authorities, meaning that IRS, if you need to file, if you're doing business in the federal, or I'm talking about in nationwide, on the local branches, courts, and everything else. I mean, if you are doing business in the area, make sure that you actually, for example, in the state of New York, I have to do business, I do business in all counties. So I am registered in every county. Now, that may cause an issue if a bank is trying to spend money for me, and I'm not registered in the county of Manhattan or New York, and I'm only registered in the county of Long Island. So keep in mind and make sure that you do your own research for your state, because every state is completely different. By you filing with the state, you may be filing for the whole state. Unlike other states in the United States, that if you file for one state, you also need to file for others. And again, it's a way to actually make money for the state. So make sure you have the proper registrations at the end of the day. So do your due diligence. That's what I'm trying to get to over here. Do your due diligence to making sure that you have the proper registration with your federal, state, and local authorities. All right, so the next one is no listing with the Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. It is up to you to make sure that you go to these three bureaus. These are the business credit bureaus that will report your credit score and that will report any type of trade lines that you have for your business. Now, at the same time, it is up to you to make sure that your paydays and your credit score appears correct in these credit bureaus. So do your due diligence, make sure that you Google them, make sure, because remember, Experian is for your personal, but they also have the business size. TransUnion is just for personal, never for business. What replaces TransUnion is Dun & Bradstreet. And then Equifax has your personal, but also there's a Equifax for small businesses too. Now, you have too many business reporting credit line that are on the high spectrum, meaning that your credit line is a little high. So making sure that you keep those anything between 30 to 50%, it is essential, because otherwise it will affect your overall credit for your business. All right, so no comparable existing business credit found, meaning that if you're a new business, I understand, but the goal here is for you to, as soon as you get your business, get your bank accounts, and making sure that you start creating some credit. And what I'm saying by that, if you are able to get a loan that goes under the business, and you don't have to use the loan, you can just repay it back. At least goes in record that you had a loan. It's a comparable loan. So next time that you really need it, you could go back and ask for something a little more, because now they see that you were able to pay something back. So that's a comparable. Just like when you're in real estate, that when you compare one house to the other in order to be able to sell it, same thing that banks do when they come down to lending. They want to see that there's a comparable what you ask. If you're asking for $2 million, have you ever held $1 million or $2 million loan? And that makes them a little more secure that you will be able to pay that loan back. Now, last one, and this is what I see a lot, and a lot of people tend to do this. They always open a sole proprietorship. And I understand that when you start a business, when you become an entrepreneur, you start business for yourself, and you decide to, and you get so many advice about, okay, I'm gonna do a sole proprietorship, or I'm just gonna do a one-man type of team, and yes, good for you, but this will automatically get you disqualified. The goal is for you to start an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp. Then, again, I'm not a CPA nor an attorney. So what I advise you to is to speak to your CPA or your local attorney to see which entity is best for you. What I could tell you and what I can advise you is that if you get a sole proprietorship, your business will not be considered an actual business entity to be able to be lent on any type of credit lines, or even loans. Guys, now you want to make your business, or you want to create credit or business credits in the next 3 days, this is what you got to do. If you don't have that, you must have those 15 items. Make sure that you get them done. It is a lot of work. But if you actually apply yourself and you are consistent, you will be able to actually make it. The goal here is for you to start and be able to create corporate credit. Now, guys, we can help you with this. In the bottom of this video, I'm going to give you a free business success scan. The free business success scan is going to show you what your business is missing or lacking. Now you see all those 15 items, you could either go for the next 3 days, 4 days, and do it on your own, do the research, spend the time, the hours, or you could have our software do it for you in a matter of seconds for free. So it is up to you. Do you value money or time? It's entirely up to you how you want to do it. But guys, I just want to make sure that I help you, bring you some new content so that I can help you become a better businessman. Like that, you don't have to concentrate much on where the money's coming from, but you could concentrate on scaling, building your business just the way that you thought in your mind, the dream that you have for yourself. Not just buying a job, but having a business that could create the financial freedom and the generational wealth that I'm sure you want. Guys, my name is Carlos. I am the Credit Assassin. Thank you for being here with me today, guys. If this was your first time, you like this content, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. Click on the bell icon, click on all so that you'll be notified every time that we post a new content. And give me the thumbs up, because this is going to help me to take this content to many, many more people. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.
I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them?